Nearly 200,000 people have been told to evacuate from 3 massive wildfires in Southern California. Many people fleeing the flames are bringing along their animals. December 6, Ventura, California. AP, they had run for their lives by the thousands when the devastating wildfires raced across a huge swath of brush-covered Southern California hillsides, and they had survived. But hundreds had to flee so quickly they left literally everything behind. On Wednesday, heartbroken people began to take stock of everything they lost in a matter of minutes, from their beloved four-legged companions who got separated from them during the chaos to a lifetime of memories encapsulated in photos, jewelry, and other keepsakes. Everything burned, Marilyn Romero Sims said as she sat on a cot weeping at an evacuation center at the sprawling Ventura County Fairgrounds. Everything is ashes, everything. We don't have a place to live. We lost stuff we can't get back. Baby pictures, they were on a hard drive. She said her husband, Hugo Romero Rodriguez, was racked with guilt that he couldn't get inside the modest RV his family called home to rescue anything, including their beloved little dog, Caqueta. She was trapped in a crate inside when the vehicle erupted in flames. Romero Rodriguez suffered cuts on his leg and hand and a burn on his arm trying to get inside to save Caqueta. Caption close. He was sitting there in the driver's seat and he couldn't move, Romero Sims said, recalling how she, her husband and their 9-year-old daughter, Milagros, sat in their truck, watching the RV burn before finally realizing they had to flee. He just kept watching and he feels so guilty that he couldn't save it, she continued. I told him he did everything he could and he did what he had to save our lives. Lisa Kermode and her family were immersed in similar anguish after returning to their home in the hills above Ventura on Tuesday to discover it had burned to the ground. They had barely escaped the flames the night before, leaving so quickly that Kermode's children had no time to change out of their pajamas. I was telling the boys, at the time the decision we made was to get out of here as fast as possible to keep ourselves safe, Kermode said. Now that we're back here, maybe we're thinking about some of the stuff we've lost. It really changes your perspective. For Romer Sim and her family the loss was particularly devastating. They lived in the RV they parked near Ventura's water purification plant in the hills just north of downtown. They couldn't move it because the starter had died and her husband had planned to replace it that day. Romero Rodriguez makes a modest living as a jewelry salesman and he lost the pearls, earrings, bracelets and watches that made up his inventory. But losing the 1-year-old snow-white teacup poodle the family called Caqueta, Spanish for flirt, was particularly painful. We spoiled her. She had a slipper as a bed. It was a big pink slipper and it said princess and it had a crown in gold. And inside it was fuzzy. We would buy little baby clothes for her, Romer Sim said while her husband visited with a counselor. 4 major fires stretching from the edge of Los Angeles to the beachfront city of Ventura 60 miles, 97 kilometers, north have prompted the evacuation of about 200,000 people and destroyed more than 150 homes.